Questa è la parte di opportunità che suonare all'altro.
Okay. It's English? Yes. Hello.
Bona nit, benvinguts a la roda de premsa del nostre entrenador Hansi Flick. Comencem, com sempre, una pregunta per torn, indicant el nom i el mitjà. Mireia.
Bona nit.
Mireia Ruiz, en directe a la TDT de Catalunya Ràdio. Li preguntarem a Flick què és el que ha de millorar l'equip de cara a la setmana vinent per tal de passar la eliminatòria. What does the team need to improve in the second leg to reach the quarterfinals?
Yeah, with the ball, we made not a good game. So we lost too many balls, easy mistakes, and this is what Newcastle normally wants. So when they get the ball, the transition, what they make is good. They have a lot of dynamic, very fast players. So it was not easy, but at the end, what I appreciate a lot from my team is that we defend together. So we defend the performance in defense was very good today.
Marta.
Hola Hansi, Marta Ramon en directe al Barça juga a RAC1. I'll ask in English, don't worry. Li preguntarem a Hansi Flick si considerant les baixes, si considerant les circumstàncies donar per bo aquest empat, considering all the injuries and all the problems you had, considering Eric Garcia wasn't expected out of the starting 11, considering all that, and I'm sure it was a challenge. Do you think that the draw is good? Is a good result considering all the situations?
Also, when you asked me before the game with a 1-1, I was happy. So this is what I can say, and of course, we have no excuses. So we don't want to take the risk with Eric because it's he's a very important player for us. He can play different positions, and this is for me. I said okay, I take no risk. So no excuses. Just we have enough players here, and you also can see when Xavi came in was great. He directly was there, and also win one against one duel. So this is what I want to see, and I'm really happy about this.
Santi.
Hola Hansi, Santi Valle para Carrusel Deportivo de la cadena SER y el que tú jugaste en Cataluña. Hemos visto que Bernal, Araujo se iban, no sé si lesionados o muy cansados, nos puedes decir en qué estado se han ido los dos del campo, y después, desde Bilbao hasta el parón de selecciones son 5 partidos en 16 días, creo, y al equipo al final, es normal, contra el Newcastle, le hemos visto muy cansado. ¿Le preocupa este cansancio físico con las bajas que tiene? ¿Le preocupa el estado físico del equipo?
Now today was very intense. So it's Ronald didn't play so many games, and he also came from a long, as I would say, long rest, and Marc Bernal the same. So step by step, they have to improve. They will improve, and this is important for us. So they go step by step on a better performance, and this is what I want to see. It's not easy because here. The atmosphere was fantastic. They played also fantastic. How I said, they have a lot of dynamic, very very fast players, and it's not easy. You have always be 100% focus, concentration, and has to be high. And we did it in the defense very well.
Víctor.
Yes, Víctor. Sí.
Hoy hemos visto al equipo que tenía poco el balón y abusaba mucho de pases largos. ¿Eso era una consigna o ha sido el rival, la forma de jugar del rival tan agresiva, tan intensa, que les obligaba a tener que realizar ese juego?
Now, this, how I said before, it was not easy to come out, and we make too many mistakes. So normally you can also see, you saw it in the game when we have the control with the ball, was much easier for us. But it was not so many times. So it's like that. We have to accept it, but we have to do it much better next week.
Remil.
Hola, Hansi, ¿cómo estás? Juan Irigoyen del país. ¿Cómo viste el partido de Araujo? Primera titularidad desde que, bueno, fue una titular contra Albacete, pero que es su partido titular en un partido exigente. ¿Cómo lo viste futbolísticamente?
Last about the start with me. Yeah, Ronald. Okay, no, Ronald. Yeah, he made his job. We don't want to change so many positions. So for me, was then clear that we play with in the center backs with Kuba and with Shara, and then I asked Ronald if he's able to play this position, and he said yes, and I think he made a good job. At the end, you saw that he was tired after the long run, and he didn't came back on the right moment. But also we have a lot of enough players in the box to control this cross, and yeah. I was there before, so they also deserved this goal, of course, and I'm happy that we scored the goal and came back.
Vaya.
Despite the game was not the best day, Gerard Martin and Kouassi had especially a challenging game, and they did a pretty good job. What do you think about the performance today?
No, this is really. So I said we have a young team, and especially in the two center backs are doing fantastic job. Also the last games, it's really great to see that how they improve and how they play together. It's really good. So yeah, we have to improve it. We have a lot of potential, yeah, and we have to use it, and we have to make things better, and we will do that.
Last two questions, Xavi.
Hi.
És evident que l'equip segurament havia passat factura al cansament, a les baixes, però tenint en compte l'ambient que es va viure el dia de l'Atlètic de Madrid a la tornada, vostè és molt optimista de que amb un ambient com el que va viure aquell dia l'equip superi l'eliminatòria? Gràcies.
No, it's like that. In the moment, we have to rest. So the job is from the players now rest, prepare well for the next game, and we have on Sunday. So we have some days off and or some days to prepare well. We have no days off, but at the end it's like that. So it's normal. It's normal when you play on this level with the Champions League, with the La Liga. It's normal that you have these games and every 3-4 days, and this is normal. We have to adapt, and we have to make things good between these days.
That's one. Joel.
Hola, Hansi, bona nit, Joel Galea de DTV. M'agradaria que expliqués el canvi de Pedri. M'imagino que per cansanci, per fatiga i per evitar riscos, com ha passat amb Eric, però si a vostè li ha costat prendre la decisió per treure'l del terreny de joc quan començava tot just la fase decisiva del partit i al Barça li estava costant tenir el control del joc. Gràcies.
We have to manage the minutes, and with Petri we have to take care. You know, he this season he had 2 injuries. He came back now from this injury, and of course also everyone wants to play with him because he's the player also who control the ball, who can overplay the pressing. But at the end it's like that. We said 60 minutes, 65 minutes maybe, then we have to change, and we did it. So we don't take care about the result, about nothing. So we believe in every player, and I think at the end we can. Yeah, it could be also that we are tired, but at the end it was also a very intense game. So also you have to see it here in this atmosphere, and also against this team. And yeah, but I'm really appreciate a lot what I saw, especially in the defense, and of course we have to play much better with the ball.
Bona nit, gràcies.
Bona nit, gràcies.
Thank you.
palo, no fuera.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Good evening, everyone. We'll start with Damien Sloan and then to Luke Edwards, please.
Eddie, you must feel these so much more than what you've ever
Yeah, we do. I think a really good performance from the team. Very, very good in all phases, really. I thought we limited them with a really good defensive performance from the team, and I thought we attacked really well too. And although we didn't create an abundance of clear-cut chances, I thought there were chances all through the game for us. Great to see us finally score, and then, yeah, I mean, the last attack of the game, last kick of the game, that's a tough one to take.
You must feel if you could replicate that at the new camp, that you're still very much in this thing.
Yeah, I think we have to believe we're very much in the tie. I mean, the performance was very good. As I say, I thought we played well against them the first time, and thought the defeat was harsh on us. I think the draw's harsh on us again, but it shows their quality. If you switch off for a second, they will punish you. And although I didn't think they really looked like scoring today, there's warning signs. They've got quality. They've got players that can hurt you in an instant, and that's why I think our defensive performance was so strong. So I'm really pleased with the players individually. I thought there was also some really strong performers today, which is great to see.
Thank you. Luke?
There was a bit of anger at the end, I think, with Joe Linton and Anthony Gordon arguing. But are you annoyed that just that game management at the end, when you've got 30 seconds on the clock and the ball goes back to
Say again, sorry.
You give the ball back to them with 30 seconds?
Yeah, I haven't seen the goal again, and that's sort of a little bit unclear to me quite what happened. So sometimes you sort of don't get the fixed picture, so I'd need to see it again before sort of giving you my opinion. But certainly as a team we should have done better. We defended so well for the game, all through the game in different phases. The goal seemed soft. All I remember is the ball went through the middle of us, and it should never happen at that stage of the game.
Just a word for Lewis Hall, coming up against one of the most dangerous wide players in Europe. Sort of felt like a bit of a coming of age performance for him today, going both directions, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think defensively first, very, very good. He was helped by his team. Some players around him gave really strong performances as well, but I think he should take a lot of confidence from that. Out of possession, and then in possession, yeah, he showed his qualities as well. He pushed him back. He attacked really well and showed his qualities the other way. So I thought it was an outstanding performance from him, as it was a number of the lads.
Thank you. Go to Lee Ryder, Craig Hope, and then to Chris Hoff, please.
These are going to be hard places to once for a big game on Saturday. Going up first, it's going to be hard to get the psychology right going into.
Well, I think that's the challenge for us. Is it going to be easy? Probably not for the players, because I think naturally they'll have half an eye on next week. They're human beings, that will be the case, but we've got to try and make sure that the focus is firmly on Chelsea first. It's a hard enough game as it is without not being 100% committed and focused on the details of that game. So I think that's my job to try and make that clear to the players, and we need to back up the performance today. We can't let it slide. That there was so much good today in our performance, so much of us at our best. We need to have more of that on a consistent basis.
That's about Wallamada and Wiss obviously not selected today. Was that a hard decision to not start either of them today?
It's always a tough decision not to play players that I love, but that's part of being a manager and having to pick the team. I had to do what was best for the group.
Thank you. Craig?
Eddie, you've given quite a passionate rallying cry last night in terms of that intensity from the off, everything you wanted from those in the stands and on the pitch. Did you get it? If so, what did you think of that? How did it present itself?
From the players or the supporters?
From the players on the stands. You asked for a bit of a rallying cry last night. How did that play out? What was the response?
Yeah, I thought it was there on both sides. It was there from the players. I think we did our bit, and the player, as I said, when we do our bit, the crowd never let us down, and they were there, supported us all the way through, helped us in so many different ways. I thought it was a great advert for us as a football club, both on and off the pitch. Just devastated for everybody that we couldn't get the win that I think we all deserved, but that's football for you, and it never plays to sort of romance. It does what it does, and now we have to dust ourselves down, take the positives from the performance, and as I say, trying to hit that on a more consistent basis.
Chris?
At what stage did you know that Anthony Gordon wasn't going to be available to start, and could you just explain the choice of Bulasula and what you were expecting from him?
Yeah, I think with Anthony that was this morning, so we trained this morning and Ant didn't make it, so that's a pretty good sign that he's not in a great physical, or he's not in best physical condition. Doctors and everyone did a great job to get him at the start line for us, albeit for a short period of time, and I thought he made a good contribution when he came on. So it meant an opportunity for Will. I think his profile and his qualities were good for this game. That's why we selected him. His legs, his pace, his a willing runner, and against their high defensive line, I thought that was the right choice. I thought he played really well, actually. I was really pleased with Will. Yeah, there wasn't a goal there for him today, but I think he more than played his part in a good performance.
Was it illness or not? No.
Yes.
Okay, two left. We've got Martin Hardy, and then to the gentleman on the right, please. Martin.
Eddie, have you ever asked so much of players in terms of physicality and what you'll get from them?
Yeah, it's probably this season has been the biggest demand, because it's just been relentless, and we've been with a number of injuries, especially to defenders. That's no secret. We've been asking a lot of players to keep going and to keep playing, and they've done unbelievably to sort of show the mental and physical resilience to keep going. Epitomised probably no better by Kieran, really, who's having to play week in, week out in a sort of our aggressive style. I think he's done unbelievably well. I thought he played really well today. But it was great that you've then shown the strength where we can bring Tino on and he can give us new legs and a fresh impetus. I thought all the subs played their part in that, and that's probably what we've missed.
Despite the finish, one of your things, I guess, would have been to have the tie alive going up to Barcelona next week, which it very much is.
Yeah, I think we have. When the cold light of day, when we wake up tomorrow, I think we'll see all the positives rather than the negatives. Tie's very much alive. We've played really well. I think we've shown our qualities. We've been really competitive. As I said, the challenge for us is we need more of it on a consistent basis. That's easier said than done, but I think we've shown that we can play against the very best when we're at our best.
Thanks, Martin. Last one.
Putting the result to one side for a second, how important is it for you, this sort of performance against the particularly the season that has been tough in terms of results? How important is it for the belief that you are doing the right things as a group, as a team, as a coaching staff?
Yeah, I think it's really important, because there's no better confidence builder or that underlines really what you're doing than the performance on the pitch. That tells you everything. I think we showed a lot of quality today in all phases of our game. Hasn't always been the case this season. It's been a really challenging campaign for us, a lot of ups and downs, again highlighted by today, really. And amongst all the good, there's a down in there as well. But I think what we've been really good at is absorbing that and trying to use that for the future. And that's another experience we've gone through tonight that we need to use to make us better.
Thank you. Safe travels. Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Find the